Hello, let's play a bunch of New York Times games, but first we reveal our dad joke of the day. I don't trust stairs. They're always up to something. All right, I got scrolled. All right. I'd also like to thank Greg Frey for signing up as a new member. Don't forget to utilize your perks, adding words to the wheel, for example. And the following people have started a new month. Thank you to Tyson Price for 9 months as a super supporter. Very much appreciate all my super supporters. Thank you to Copper for 43 months as a member. That's about as long as you can be a member of my channel. Thank you to Lazdrin, Becca, and Self Wilson also for new months. All right, well, let's start with connections. We're finding 4 groups of 4. We've got Sorry, Tough, Deal, Baby, Sweet, Sticky, Pillow, Story, Mastermind, Small, Delicate, Operation, Complex, or Complex. So complex, with the emphasis on plex, is the verb. It's complex. It's complicated. It's difficult. Complex, with the emphasis on the is a building, a big, complicated building, like that has many different divisions in it. Like a military building or something. So why am I explaining that? I have a lot of actually commenters who say that English is their second or third or fourth language, and they're learning English, and they enjoy that kind of thing. Anyway, we have status, mousetrap, and situation. All right. Status, mousetrap. Okay. Mastermind and Mousetrap are both kind of children's, and Operation. These are children's board games. Sorry is as well. Do we have any more? Or is that it? Okay. I am wearing purple today, and I'm a little bit suspicious of this category. I don't know if it's yellow or blue. It depends on whether they. I'm gonna mark it blue tentatively. It's hard to say whether. I think this is. I kind of categorize in my head categories into at least 3 different categories. One is just language knowledge of the dictionary, right? What do words mean? Are they synonyms? What are all the different ways a word can be used? And that's also, we kind of start getting into the cultural category when we start talking about especially regional slang or idioms. If they're regional, if they're just everyone who speaks English knows those, then I would put that in language. And then we've got trivia, which are just kind of like random facts in a subject, right? Encyclopedia knowledge rather than dictionary knowledge is the way one of my commenters put it. So that's going to be like sport team names or, I don't know, that sort of thing. Pop culture things, history knowledge. Anyway, so the thing that I'm struggling with is I don't. This is cultural because I don't know if non-Americans play all of these board games as kids, but I do think it's pretty universal within America. Right. Anyway, let's move on to the next category. I think so. I don't know if that's blue or yellow. It could be either. We'll have to see what the other categories are. Tough. So something's tough. It's complex. Sticky. You're in a sticky situation. We have sticky and situation. Delicate, maybe? You could describe a situation as delicate, meaning, this is a delicate situation, which means like we got to be careful. We got to think through it. And that's kind of like being in a sticky or a tough or a complex situation as well. So that's the best one I can see that fits that for now. That feels like yellow or green. I'm going to mark it yellow tentatively. They're adjectives, I think, in this case. Like a tough situation, a complex situation. So that might be green if there's noun synonyms here. So we got sweet. I still don't think we found purple, though. Unless blue is purple, and we just have really easy categories today. Sweet, deal, baby. What are you doing with these? Maybe small and baby can both mean small. I don't know. I don't think it's that. Pillow. There's pillow talk. Ah, yes, I think this is purple. We have pillow talk and sweet talk. I haven't found them all yet. Baby talk and small talk. So this is blank talk. I think that's purple, but let's just circle that for now and see if what we think the other category is, if it is one. So we have status, deal, story, and situation. Yeah, so like what's the deal? What's the status? What's the story? What's the situation? Like what it's the events. That feels like yellow to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this purple first. I'm going to try for reverse rainbow here. And then we're going to do the board games as blue. Okay, so that was talk. Let's at least just erase up here. All right, and then the board games is blue. Where's my other board game? Sorry is a board game. Yeah, anything that's circled purple or not circled could be the missing one. The way that it kind of resorts is kind of nice because my circles mostly stay intact. All right, so these are the board games, and I'm hoping that's blue. It was blue today. Okay, so I guessed right. I don't think it had to be, but and now I think the adjectives are going to be so the ones I have marked yellow. These adjectives for complex. I think it was delicate, complex, sticky, and not situation. Tough. I think this is going to be the green because it's not nouns. Okay, they really haven't been following that for a while. I don't know how to separate the green and the yellow in this case then. I think maybe the thought process was this is a little bit harder to see as synonyms than this. State of affairs versus tricky. They for a while they were really sticking to verbs are green, or non-nouns are green and nouns are yellow, but that doesn't seem to be the case anymore. So almost reverse rainbow. Really tough to separate the green and yellow today, but I think I did well. All right, difficulty wise, honestly, I don't even think purple was all that hard to see. I would give this a 2.5. I think we might have a slightly lower solve rate just because of all the non-Americans who may not know the board games. So that might make it harder. So let's give it a 70% solve rate. Let's see. They have books as pillows. Oh, so it's pillow talk, kind of? I don't know. Pillow reading? Oh, they gave it 1.7. They thought it was really easy. They almost never give it under 2. 78% solve rate. So I think I was a little bit closer with my difficulty metric than they were. 39% making no mistakes. All right. 1 in 78 for my order. That's really common considering the order that I was trying for reverse rainbow. Sometimes reverse rainbow is as high as like 1 in high 200s. But I didn't quite get the reverse rainbow. Let's see. So we got 45% getting blue first. That is what I saw first as well. We even have quite a few getting purple first. Like I said, purple's not all that hard today. None of them are all that hard today. Other than this is one you just know or you don't, whether you play those board games or not. All right. Wow. Okay. So the people who lost got nothing. I think that makes some amount of sense to me. Some amount of sense. We got 8%. Oh no, sorry. It's just really spread out. 8% got nothing. That only brings us up to about the 90% mark-ish. And we got 3% only yellow, 2% only blue, 2% only green. 1% got green and blue. 1% got purple and yellow. Yeah, really crazy spread. So there isn't one particular category that's throwing people off. It's just some of them you know, some of them you don't. All right. Baby, sweet, small, delicate. Putting delicate in makes some amount of sense, yeah. I already had this delicate in the yellow, though, so I didn't fall for that. Deal operation status situation. Okay, makes some amount of sense. Again, I already had blue circled, so I didn't fall for this. Is situation a board game? If it is, I haven't heard of it. Maybe people just trying to figure out what the other board game is. What are they missing? Mastermind, Operation Mousetrap. Sorry is the other board game that people aren't sure of, and so they're trying situation, they're trying deal. All right. What are people lucking in first? Blue, yellow, green, purple. So people are getting correct first. Then they're doing mistakes. Purple, yellow. The mistakes are after all the correct ones, which always means it's an easier one today. Putting situation in with here, thinking it's board game. Putting deal in here, thinking it's board game. Maybe they are. Who knows? Delicate. Yeah, I think delicate is a true red herring for purple. You know what? It's a red herring in an interesting way because this is not recognizing blank talk. This is just thinking small and fragile, right? It's baby, it's sweet, it's small, it's delicate, right? So they're thinking this is might be like yellow even, and it's just meaning like fragile, but actually it's blank talk. And you wouldn't put delicate in there for blank talk. All right, cool. Anyway, that's about it for connections. How'd you do? Hello, let's do the easy and medium pips for Friday, December 5th. Unless you're watching this on YouTube, the hard is a separate video. I do the hard. It's just a separate video. I get that comment a lot. All right, but this video is easy and medium. Let's play. All right, we've got the 2 here. 2 with less than 2. We can't do 2, 3. So the 2 goes there, and then we have to do a blank. We'll do the blank 4 so we can add to 6 with this 2, and then this blank goes up here. All right. Let's move on to the medium. We have 2 blanks, a blank 2 and a blank 4. I really don't know what to do with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 cells in this not equal. So 5 different digits. Looks like we have a representation of every digit in our pips. How about this 6? We have a singular 6. It goes 6, 5. We don't have enough 5s for it to go left, so it's going to have to go up. That means this is a double. We have double 2. That's all we have. So this is going to be double 2. And then I suppose one thing I could do is just this 2, 1 here, and then the blank 2 here. That way the 2 is in the not equal and then also finishes the equals here. So maybe that works. We have a 4 blank here. Less than 2 has to be this 1. So we throw this out, and then 5 and 2 doesn't work there at all. So what did I do wrong? How do I fix this? Blank 4. No, this had to use the 4. This is our only 4. So that has to be blank 2. Blank 2 could go down. Okay. So one thing we could do is move this way. Oh, come on. Why didn't that lock in? It's really annoying. Blank 2 could go down. Now the problem is this 5 now. I need... What else has the ability to move around? Okay, so what if this 2, 2 went like this? Then I could do 2, 1 up into here. But the problem is this 5. I don't know what to do with this 5. Because the 6, 5 can't go into here. We don't have enough 5s to fill out the equals. So this 2, 5, the 5 can't dip into the not equal. The 2 is fine now. So how is the 5 not going to dip in? This has to be a 1 because we used our blanks here. And then this uses a blank here. We don't have a choice. So we have a 1, 2. But this blank 2 can't get into there. Wow, the medium is stumping me today. I'm going to pull everything out just so that I can only put in the things that seem forced. So I'm going to start with this 6 because this felt forced like this. So the other option is to go like this. And the issue is I do not have a double 5, right? So that's just not going to work. Now another forced is this 4. We only have a singular 4 and there's only one way it can go. So that's forced. And now we only have 1 blank left. So the blank 2 is either going to go into the not equal or it's going to come down. Let's not put it in the not equal yet, but this we have to keep in mind can be rotated. Now, how many less than 2s do we have? We have a 1, 3 and a 1, 2. Okay, I'm thinking we should use the 1, 2 here. Okay. So now this rotates. I think I got it. Because now we can throw out the 5 this way. And then the 1, 3 can go into here. There we go. So what was it that I was missing? It was that I could move the 1, 2 up here. So I had the 2, 1 coming. I had that here instead of the 2, 5. That was my issue, I believe. All right. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the hard pips for Friday, December 5th. It says PP, but one of the P's is longer. That's all I can tell. All right. 24 and 4 has to be all 6s. So let's start there. How many 6s do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have to put the double 6 somewhere. So it's definitely not going here, right? It's definitely not going here because that isolates that. So that it could go, I think it has to go here actually. I don't know how to fill out the rest of this. I think I just have to ignore the 6s for now. In some order, we can put them in. In some order, the 6-4 and the 6-1 are going to go in here, but we don't know for sure whether they're swapped, but we'll keep that in mind. And we don't know how to fill the rest of this out. So let's look over here. We have a singular blank, a blank 2. How many 2s do we have? We don't have a 2-2, so the blank 2 is going to go down. Now this is going to be 3-3 or 4-4. I'm tempted to do 3-3 just because of how many 3. Oh no, we have so many 3s, I think it needs to be in this equal. So let's do the 4-4 here. And then we have 4-3, that works really well. Now this has to be 3-3. Now 3-6 has, oh, less than 5, sorry. 3-2 or 3-1. Oh, so the 3-2 goes in here, so this is the 3-1. All right, so now we have 1-5 and we have 3-5. Perfect. So I guessed right on the right. Actually, I don't think it... oh, no, it did matter. It did matter on the right. The 4 had to be thrown out. Okay, so we needed this to be equal. Cool. Well, how'd you do? Hello, let's do the mini crossword for Friday, December 5th. Let's play. Beaver's building project, a dam. Unit of distance originally equivalent to 1,000 paces, maybe a yard. Number of dwarfs or deadly sins, 7. Extra large film format, not sure. Crosses out, X's. I don't know if it would be that. Difficult to work with difficult to work with stars, divas. Oh, so it's not a yard? This is divas. Okay. U.S. soccer star blank Morgan. Alex, maybe? I'm guessing from the A and the E. Roughly half of the adult population are men. 5 down, 5 across for 1. 5 down is Broadway musical about the wives of Henry VIII. I don't know. 5 down, 5 across for 1. 7. Ooh. Okay, what's this? Unit of distance, a mile. 1,000 paces is a mile. I just realized how ridiculous it was to think that a yard was 1,000 paces. 1 pace might be a yard. I don't know. What is this? Extra large film format. Oh, IMAX. Okay, so something's wrong. Probably X's. Let's look at this. Is it a meme? Broadway musical. Is it Sin? Oh, memo. And then nose? No. Cross is out. Maybe it's X's this way. Oh. It's X's this way. 6. Broadway musical about the wives of Henry VIII is 6. And then 6-7 is a meme. Got it. Okay. 6-7. Sorry. How'd you do? Let's do strands. Today's theme is feeling peckish. I'm thinking birds peck. So are we talking about birds or chickens specifically? Or we could just be hungry, but it feels like a pun. We've got buff. No. Okay. What are we doing here? Backduck. Cadcap. Bunny without the second N. I'm looking for chicken. I don't see it. I'm looking for bird. I don't see it. Okay. How do we even get started here? Fact. Buff. We're going to get some words because I think we're going to have to hint today. Unless I get lucky here and find something. Sun. Son. Can we be soned? No. Bake. Baker. Bakery. Ooh. These are places you buy food then. Bakery. Grocery. Grocer. Supermarket. Maybe just market. We have Dibby. Maybe deli or... bakery. Brit. What are some other places you buy food from? A feta. A cafe, sure. Restaurant? There's a lot of ways we could draw that, is the problem. I'm looking for A-U-N-T for restaurant. Toe. F-T. I got to think of more than cafe and bakery. I've thought of others. I just haven't seen them, like grocer or some form of grocery store or supermarket or just market. Maybe bodega, since they're in New York. Bodega. I'm not seeing it. I see B-O. I see day. But I'm not seeing bodega. Okay. Pharmacy. You get food at a pharmacy. Buffet. Okay, so we're bringing in restaurant. Oh yeah, cafe is a restaurant type, kinda. I still think restaurant might be our spanogram, but I can't find it. So what's going on over here? T-O-U-G. Sorry, T-U-O-G. Gout. We're all getting gout. Why am I having so much trouble thinking of what they might include here? Okay, so buffet, cafe, bakery. Like a breakfast place? A diner, maybe? Diner. Diner. Is there another D? No. D-I-N. Neither E has an... It's not diner. Okay. What's our spanogram? Density. Density. That's what you gain when you eat out. What's this K doing? Like I want it to be like market or something, but it's definitely not. That I am struggling. ST somehow? Maybe O-U-S-T? House. Maybe house something? Okay, if it's house something, what goes around it? D-A-K or K-A-D or K-E-E-A-K? Like steak? Okay, maybe like a steakhouse. There we go. All right. Dining out. There we go. Dining out. What's going on here? Bore. We have 2 words left. Brewery. That's a tough one. And a sturbo. Sturrob. Borist. Orbits. It's an anagram of orbits. Bro. Ortsib. Bistro. There we go. I found it. I don't know why that was so hard. 100 streak. Very nice. I mean, it should be a streak since the beginning of the game, but as people have pointed out, at some point it just like failed to save that I did the game one day, and so I lost the streak. Even though I've recorded evidence of having done it every day. Anyway, how'd you do? Hello, today's bonus game is Squirtle, the daily variety. Squirtle actually has quite a few different modes, which you can definitely try out, but I stick to the daily for these videos. We're going to start with Steel. Just get a strong start here. Ooh, okay, that's very strong. So we have a green S and E. That means that basically what we're trying to do here is solve 6 Wordles at once that kind of cross each other. And so the clues are like Wordle clues, but they take into account the 2D nature of the game. So S and E are correct. This L tells us there wasn't an L in this top word, but there is an L in this column here. This A says there's an A in this column here. White means that that letter does exist in the puzzle somewhere, just not in the row or column we guessed it. And black, if we get black, it means it's not in there at all. The clues have arrows, so they're relatively self-explanatory otherwise. I'm just going to get a bunch of new letters. Let's try croup. Okay, no O or U in the whole puzzle is very surprising. So we're limited on vowels. We have an R. Okay, I don't think we're doing SR. So I think we can be pretty safe to just say there's an R there. There's a P somewhere in this word. Let's see, we have C and A. So I'm thinking S, C, A. And we could end in P, and we could do like scamp. Is that how you spell scamp? I'm second guessing myself. But it could be with SP. No, sorry, we want this P to be here. Right. That's why I added the P. The P could be elsewhere. Let's just say SCA for now. You know what? We could guess scamp when we get back around to it. We have to guess this word. This R is either here or here. Or it could be SCRA, scrap. Actually, I like... Oh, no, the A can't go there. Okay, so it can't be scrap. Okay, so in that case, maybe this is an RR? Like... Okay, this is not an A. I don't... Okay, maybe the R doesn't go here. Maybe the R goes here. Because I don't think we can do a vowel here. Unless it's error. I don't think guessing error would be a good idea. Would guessing error be a good idea right now? We have this R and this R. Oh, no, there's no O, so it wouldn't be error. Okay, never mind then. There's an L in this word also, so it wouldn't be error. Never mind. Where do I want to put the L? What letter should we try here? Should I try starting with P, maybe? Okay. I'm thinking about this right column. That's what I'm thinking about. Where's the L go? Here or there? Oh no, that can't go there. So I think we're forced to put the L here. And then before the R, DR, GR. What's actually going to work here? I can't do double L at the end. So maybe an E at the end. And then it could be an A here. Or an I. I just need something that works here. Frail. All of these are AIL. Grail, drill, braille. Okay. Maybe I just get a bit more info. Maybe I should guess the word that starts with P and ends with E and try to get this bottom word. Pence. Because there is a C somewhere in the puzzle. Let's try it. Ooh. Okay. So I'm right. I'm probably right about scamp. In fact, let's just test it. Okay, so scamp was right. So what else have we learned here? Not a whole lot. The E and CE are in the puzzle somewhere, just not where I guessed them at all. So this doesn't have an E in it. So we're going to use A's and I's. How about this word? What are we doing with this word? There's an R somewhere in this word and an N somewhere in this word. So if the R is here, which I think it might be, maybe I should have done a PR word just to trust that R. Darn. Well, now we know it is an R, so I guess we didn't have to test it, because this R is pointing either here or here, but that's a C. So AN maybe, and then something R. What does that? We can't end in N. Can we do NR? It doesn't seem like a way to make a word. But this also doesn't feel like a word. We can do an E or an I or a no A. We have a white A right there. And what do we end with? And this is weird. I could do Y's. Is Andry a word? Andry feels like a word to me. It's not. Okay. Anery? Anery? No. Okay. Why don't we guess the vertical word then? Since we're unsure. Something starting with E. I'm going to do an EN word to test if N actually goes there. Enjoy would be kind of a waste. Maybe ender. Okay, so I was right about where the N goes. I'm definitely right about where the R goes. This R is forced now. I think it may have already been. This might be SPE. That feels like the thing. I'm struggling on this one. What goes AN something R? There's an E either here or here. So this could be something like speak, but then it would be KR. Or it could be speed. Oops. I kind of like speed here for DR. And then this would be... I want to see if I can do a DRY word. Oh, this is angry. Ah, Andry was so close. I could have guessed angry. Oh, well. So I do think this is dry something. Could it be? Oh, we need an L. So I think it's dryly. Okay. Let's guess dryly. Perfect. And this is speed. Perfect. And this is angry. We just need that GR. We don't have to guess all of angry if there's something we can do. Is there an E something GR? Or you don't even have to do E yet. We just have to put the GR here. That might be tough. Really? I just have to put an R here because I can get the G next time around. I'd like to figure out what this word is if I can. Or maybe this word. So this isn't an E. So it's A or I. We need a T somewhere still in the puzzle. I'm thinking of the word pithy. What else do we need in the puzzle still? Just the T? Looks like the T is the only one that's not grayed out. But then what would this be? Yay? I'm going to guess... Let's see, but then I can't put the R here. Oh, I just want... Maybe I should guess something... I'm going to guess inert. It gets me this RT. It tests that T theory, and it gets this R that I really need. I know it seems weird, but when it comes back around, I'm going to guess this vertical word, and that'll get me the G anyway. So I think pithy might be right. Pithy was right. And now this final word is E something G something T, probably. There's an I in the word. I don't think it's EI, so... What does that? Egit. Is there a white I haven't gotten yet? I don't think so. Oh, no, wait, hold on. This eye is pointing left. This has to be the eye. EIG something T. What does that? Oh, 8 does that. Okay. 8 is such a weird word. It really is. All right, I got a 5. That's one under, or one. 5 is a lower number than 6, but in terms of par, I guess I'm 1 over par. Either way, I prefer to get 6s, is what I'm saying. But yeah, this was a tough one. Angry, 8, scamp, pithy, dryly, 2 Ys. Yeah, I mean, they're all words I know, but they're not easy words in terms of like how they're spelled. It's they're all kind of weird. All right, cool. Well, how'd you do? And let us spin the wheel. That was the wrong wheel. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're playing tomorrow. All right, Isaac's suggestion of word all. So I will include that in the description. Word all gives you a setup, and you have to come up with all of the possible words that a Wordle setup gives you a Wordle setup. And you have to guess all of the possible words that could still be the answer with that setup. Cool. I will include a link in the description. And that is it for this video. If you would like to watch Wordle, you can click at the end of the video. It'll take you right there. I also have a pinned comment with all the games I played today. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.